There she is.
Hi.
Great to see you, Ash. This is Jazz.
Hi, nice to meet you, Jazz.
Nice to meet you, Ashley. I've never been here before.
I have always wanted to visit London.
Wow, this is your first visit to London. You've never been here before.
No.
Well, I'm glad you could come. We're really looking forward to showing you around.
Come on, let's get going.
Here, let me help you with this bag. Oh, what have you got in here? It weighs a ton.
Oh, come on, we need to get a move on.
Stephen's brought his friend Jazz over to London for a few days, so we're going to give him a tour of the city and show him the sights.
Come on, Ash, we need to get to central London for your surprise.
Surprise? What, for me? I've got a surprise.
Come on, Ash. Hi there.
Hi.
We need to get to the River Thames. Can you take us to Embankment, near the tube station?
The Embankment Station. Okay.
Oh no. My bag, where's my bag? I can't believe it, I've lost it. Damn it, I'm gonna have to go back there and get it.
Did you have it with you on the train? Are you sure you had it with you on the train?
You had your bag on the train. Definitely. You put it on the... how do you say that in English?
The luggage rack, yeah. Did you put it on the luggage rack, Ash?
You're right, I'm sure I had it with me on the train. Oh my gosh, my phone is in my bag. Oh, I'm gonna have to go back.
Ashley, you missed a surprise.
Oh, how annoying. You guys go on ahead and I'll catch you up later.
Are you sure?
Yeah, don't worry. I'll give you a call later.
Oh gosh, this is an amazing city.
What is that building over there? Oh, that's the Royal Albert Hall. I hope we're going to get there on time.
The traffic in London is terrible. Is the traffic always this bad?
Oh, you should see it in rush hour. Sometimes it's quicker to walk. In fact, maybe we should. Are you okay with walking?
Is it a long way?
It's about 10 minutes walk to the flat from here.
Okay, that's fine. I think we can manage with this bag.
Can you pull over here, please? It's only half an hour to the surprise. We'll have to hurry.
Wait a minute. Wait, I want to take a photo. Wow. I've never seen anything like this before. Where are we? What is this place called?
This is Piccadilly Circus. There's always loads of tourists around here.
Wow, I must take a photo. Just 1 minute.
When we get to Trafalgar Square, we can stop for a quick rest. Come on! Yes! What's that?
What?
It's a phone. Is that your phone?
No.
Hey,
I don't believe it. Look what I found. Isn't this Ashley's bag? It's her phone.
what? Oh no, we had it all along. Poor Ashley. I'm going to answer it. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Stephen?
This isn't Ashley. I'm Stephen. I'm Ashley's brother.
Stephen!
But this is Ashley's phone.
What are you doing with my phone?
Who's that?
Stephen, it's me, Ashley. Where are you?
Ash, we found your stuff. We had it with us all the time.
Oh, I can't believe I came all the way back here for nothing.
Yes, don't worry. You've got your bag. Everything's safe.
Thank goodness it's all turned up. I'm so relieved.
Right, get here as quick as you can. We're going to drop the bags off at the flat.
Great. And thank you.
Meet us at Embankment and don't be late. Remember, I've got a surprise for you.
Okay, I'll see you later. Bye.
Oh, now that was funny. When Ashley's phone rang and we had it with us all the time.
Jazz speaks English really well, doesn't he?
Do you think so? You're the teacher.
Yeah. The most important thing is that people understand you, and I can understand Jazz perfectly. A few small mistakes don't matter. If people can understand you, it's fine. I'll tell you one thing that I noticed that I really liked. Watch this.
My bag, where's my bag? I can't believe it, I've lost it.
You had your bag on the train. Definitely. You put it on the... How do you say that in English?
The luggage rack, yeah. Did you put it on the luggage rack, Ash?
Jazz didn't know how to say luggage rack in English, but he didn't let that stop him.
You had your bag on the train. Definitely. You put it on the... how do you say that in English?
The luggage rack, yeah. Did you put it on the luggage rack, Ash?
He showed you what he meant and he asked you for help. How do you say that in English? If you don't know how to say something in English, find another way to get your message across. Ask for help. For example, how do you say that in English? What do you call this in English? Stephen, what do you call this in English?
That's a pen.
People will help you. When you don't know a word, ask for help. Now, Stephen, do you know what the present perfect is?
Yeah, it's, I don't know.
Well, it's like a tense, like present tense or past tense. But don't worry about it. Lots of students studying English do worry about it, so I wanted to say a little bit about the present perfect. Listen to two things Jazz said.
Nice to meet you, Ashley. I have never been here before. I have always wanted to visit London. Wow. I have never seen anything like this before.
I've never seen anything like this before. It's his first visit to London, right?
Right.
So, he's never seen anything like this before in his life.
He's talking about in his life. He's never seen anything like this.
That's right. He says, I have never seen, because he's talking about in his life. It's the same with always. Jazz said, I've always wanted to visit London.
I have never been here before. I have always wanted to visit London.
I've always wanted to visit London. Again, he's talking about in his life.
Is that the present perfect?
Yes, I have wanted, or he has wanted, are examples of the present perfect tense. We often use it with never or always to talk about things we have done or haven't done in our life. Look at some more examples. She's never been to India. I've always loved football. And in questions, we use ever. Have you ever broken your leg, Stephen?
Never. I've never broken my leg in my life.
So the ever means in your life.
I get it.
We use the present perfect in other ways too. But when we use the words never, always, and ever, we're often talking about in my life.
Have you ever had a better student than me?
Never, Stephen, never.
Do you know how many different types of transport we have been on today?
Well, we arrived on a plane, then took a train, then a taxi, and now we're on a boat on the River Thames.
Wow, amazing. I didn't realize people in London travel around on boats.
Well, there's a lot less traffic on the river, and it's a great way to see the sights. Oh, there's Ashley.
Hey guys, oh, I'm glad to have these back.
Well, here we are.
Oh, brilliant. Are we going to the London Eye?
We are, and I've got our tickets.
Oh, what a great surprise, Stephen. I've always wanted to go on the London Eye.
And the view of London from up there is amazing.
Oh, and the weather's so good, we'll be able to see loads.
Oh, I can't wait.
There you go, mate. The Houses of Parliament. There's Big Ben. Over there is St Paul's Cathedral.
What a view.
Wow, this is amazing. The city looks great from up here.
That's a strange building. What is that?
Oh, that's what we call the Gherkin. It's one of London's famous office blocks.
Cool. This is fantastic.
And there's one thing we haven't done today. Here's something to remind you of your trip to London.
Oh, the London Underground. We haven't been on the London Underground today. Thanks so much, Stephen. I'm never going to forget this day.
Let's get some food. You guys must be hungry. What do you want to do? Should we get a takeaway or eat in?
Sorry, a takeaway or eating? What do you mean?
Eat in when we eat in the restaurant, or take away when we take the food home with us.
Okay, let's get takeaway. Shall we?
So what do you fancy then? Pizza?
Pizza's good.
Yes, pizza sounds good. And I know a great place right near the flat.
Oh no! You guys are never going to believe this. I've left my purse on the London Eye.
Did you get your purse back?
Yeah, I did, luckily. I'm so forgetful sometimes.
That's good. And the views from the London Eye look fantastic. Was it the first time you've been on it?
Yeah, it was great. Amazing views.
And it was definitely the first time Jazz has been on it. Actually, did you hear me talking to Stephen about the present perfect last time?
Yeah, I've always wanted to visit London. I've never seen anything like it, things like that.
Exactly. Talking about things in your life, like we just said, it's the first time you have been on the London Eye, because we're talking about the first time in your life. I heard some more examples of the present perfect this time. Watch this.
Do you know how many different types of transport we have been on today?
Well, we arrived on a plane, then took a train, then a taxi, and now we're on a boat on the River Thames.
Did you spot the present perfect, Ashley?
Was it what Jazz said we've been on?
Right. Watch this.
Do you know how many different types of transport we have been on today?
You know how many different types of transport we've been on today? Now, the interesting word here is today. Is Jazz talking about how many types of transport he's been on in his life?
No, just today.
Right. And when Jazz says that, today isn't finished. Look at another example.
And there's one thing we haven't done today. Here's something to remind you of your trip to London.
Oh, the London Underground. We haven't been on the London Underground today.
There's one thing we haven't done today, and we haven't been on the London Underground. Both Stephen and Jazz were talking about today. We use the present perfect to talk about times that aren't finished, like today and this week. I've been to the cinema 3 times this week. Or this year. She's visited 4 different countries this year. If we're talking about a time that isn't finished, we can use the present perfect. But only if the time isn't finished. Watch this bit again.
Do you know how many different types of transport we have been on today?
Well, we arrived on a plane, then took a train, then a taxi, and now we're on a boat on the River Thames.
So Jazz said, you know how many different types of transport we've been on today? But what did Stephen say?
We arrived on a plane. We took a train.
Right. Stephen used the past tense because he's not talking about things they've done so far. He's talking about finished things. They arrived, they took a train. Those things are finished.
It sounds a bit complicated.
It is a bit complicated. Lots of students find the present perfect very difficult. Remember that we can use the present perfect if we're talking about up to now. Things like this week, or this year, or today. But not for something that's finished. So, I've been to the cinema 3 times this week, but I went to the cinema 3 times last week. Or she's visited 4 countries this year, but she visited 4 countries last year.
Right, I think I've got it.
It's tricky, but listen out for it and you'll start to recognise how people use it. Have I got time to mention one more thing I liked?
Very quickly.
OK, let's watch Jazz.
What do you want to do? Should we get a takeaway or eat in?
Sorry, a takeaway or eating? What do you mean?
Eat in when we eat in the restaurant, or take away when we take the food home with us.
Now, Jazz didn't understand what you asked him, a takeaway or an eat-in, so he repeated what you said as a question. A takeaway or an eat-in? What do you mean? It's a very useful way to ask people for help if you don't understand. Repeat a bit of what they said.
Repeat what they said.
Exactly.
This is the River Thames. It's almost 346 kilometres long and is the 2nd longest river in Great Britain. It flows through London and it's this part of the river that most tourists see. there's more to the Thames than a trip down the river. The Romans built a settlement on the River Thames, and over the centuries it grew into the City of London with a huge port. Ships from around the world brought food, goods and people to the capital.
But by the 1980s, most of the docks had closed and the area became run down.
A lot of money has been invested in this huge riverside area, and today it's known as Docklands. The old warehouses are now attractive apartments. There are new office buildings, shopping centres and leisure facilities too. People enjoy living and working by the river. People also enjoy living on the water. This is a houseboat on the Thames. Hi Alistair.
Hey Nick, welcome aboard.
Thank you. So why do you live on a houseboat?
I love being close to the water, and it's a brilliant place to invite friends over.
What's it like to live on a boat?
In the summer it's beautiful, and in the winter it's a bit cold.
Can you give me a tour?
Please, follow me. So this is the kitchen. The bedroom.
I like it. What's the best thing about living on the river?
For me it's being so close to nature, and it's really cheap.
Is there anything you miss about living on dry land?
I miss not being able to grow my own food and not having a garden.
Do you think you'll ever move?
Only if I have to leave London. It's a really brilliant place to live in the city.
The Thames has seen a lot of changes over the years, but perhaps the biggest change is still to come.
This image is of the River Thames frozen over. It's not a real photograph, it's been created digitally. It shows the effect climate change may have on the river if temperatures drop significantly.
They were created by two illustrators, Didier Maddock-Jones and Robert Graves.
Didier, tell us about this exhibition.
We wanted to create postcards from the future, well-known views of London, to show people how it might look with the effects of climate change.
Why does this one show the Thames frozen over?
Well, some scientists think that we might experience a new mini ice age with very cold winters, and in the summer would experience flooding due to melting ice sheets.
Do you think that could really happen?
Nobody really knows. The point of the exhibition was to get people thinking about climate change and the future of London.
The River Thames has changed over the centuries and will continue to do so, but hopefully it will always be here for both local people and tourists to enjoy and explore.